Hello, everyone. Oh, acrobatic cat incident. I will start adding people back on who are ready. I think everyone I'm about to add on is ready. We'll find out. Yes, John will join us just in a second. We're playing TROIKA, specifically Fronds of Benevolence, this lovely thing. We are also specifically playing TROIKA because we are currently in pre-launch for a new Kickstarter, the first thing like this that we've run. Oh, that is interesting. Why is that set to remove? There we go. Weird. Yeah, we're doing this thing, a setting zine for TROIKA called The Soft. Get involved. The link to it is pinned in chat. If you've ever fancied running a role-playing game in a weird, wacky, slightly horror-tinged world of a vast, rambling, labyrinthine, Gormengastian pillow fort, then, hey, we've got the product for you. Enjoy our content and our media, etc. But yeah, it's available on Kickstarter for you to click the notify button. It'll launch on February the 1st. If you're interested, go take a look. It would be wonderful. We'd appreciate it. All right. Now that second installment of Shilling is over, how's everyone feeling about this Golden Barge launch? It seems pretty sound, pretty nothing to worry about, I'd say.
There's just the usual low levels of bad feeling about this that are just a constant sort of nagging in the back of the mind. Yeah.
A percolating dread.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's my favorite doom metal band.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh, wow.
Interloper with opinions.
We've got a cat here and a cat there. So many cats.
3 cats.
We could, technically speaking, have 3 cats visible on stream at one time.
3 cats could be sort of Steve's monkeys.
Yes.
I don't have any monkeys in the house, sadly. So
I'm sorry, folks.
Can't believe how unprepared you are for this, Steve. Like,
it's disappointing. It's disappointing, if I'm honest.
Yeah,
get used to it.
I've known you for a long time, Steve. You know, it's fine.
Yeah. Cool. All right, folks. Let's get going again. As I say, you've all arrived on the Golden Barge, Heaven's Frenzied Stare, and it is preparing to launch by means of a gigantic auxiliary slingshot mechanism. That is exactly what it sounds like. And as the countdown nears 0 but doesn't hit 0, the slingshot mechanism initiates, and Heaven's Frenzied Stare is pitched higher and higher at ever increasing horrible rates of whatever passes for G's in TROIKA into the humpback sky until you'll find yourself somewhat breathless, hanging in the void over the sphere where the Duchy of Plandra lies, twinkling stars and star-like things in the distance around you. It's worth noting that in space in TROIKA, you can breathe and stuff. It's fine. So yeah, the Golden Barge is gliding gently over the ever-changing landscape below. Those kind of blackened steel masks that serve as sort of like tannoy announcement points crackle to life again and state that you are now perfectly fine to roam the decks and the corridors and the rooms of the Golden Barge. And it also states that in a number of hours, an extensive 17-course meal will be served during the voyage. Tradition dictates that attendance is mandatory, and each guest must present a short speech on a topic of their choice to the assembled. Yeah.
Well, if I'd
go about your business.
If I'd known that, shit.
Just leave it there.
I can wing it. Be fine.
Sure.
Does that include the monkeys?
I hope so.
I mean, are they on the barge or not?
It does, and Matt has to
You know?
voice all of them.
You'd think that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you would know it, I think. Yeah.
The mysterious friend shakes his head slightly at this announcement and goes, "Mm-mm." So are we emerging from our what I have detailed in the private chat a little bit are kind of like very small submarine style bunks, essentially, where you can kind of proceed out from those onto corridors and onto like the main decks of the barge? Are we sort of like emerging from those little chambers?
Yes, I think so. Looking around, cautiously peering over the side of the barge.
Absolutely. These you're kind of familiar with these golden barges. They're used a lot around all the spheres of Troika. The ancients used to pilot these machines with thinking engines, but their relative rarity and Plandra means that a human captain and astrogator pilot the craft as best they can. Once you're out in the black depths of the star-studded humpback sky, the solar wings activate, and it's powered by the sun. But these obviously only work when in space. As I say, it's entirely breathable. No special equipment is required to walk on the open observation deck of the barge. The as you kind of emerge, the loudspeakers crackle to life again and tell you that there'll be no detours on this journey to launch and landing station Indomitable. And they tell you exactly how long the journey is intending to take. Who wants to roll for how long the journey is going to take?
Not me. Very high rolls here.
I will roll.
Okay, give me a D3 roll, please, Inga.
I rolled a 1.
Okay, then the journey will take a mere 1 day, which is pretty strong. So, what are we doing while we're on board? There's a number of hours to pass before you need to attend the 17-course meal.
Can I mean, depending on, maybe have a little look around the rest of the other sort of passengers and see if they look like a likely bunch who might want some fortunes read. I might go seat myself somewhere obvious in a sort of, come sit at my table kind of way and use that opportunity to, I mean, probably make a few enemies inadvertently, but, earn a little bit of coin and, be in the hubbub and hearing a bit about what's going on and if there's any news of where we're going, or if any fortune, any visions might give any kind of hints of something interesting that might be worth pursuing, or any of the characters and that sort of around us.
Absolutely. Well, as for the other passengers, you find you kind of stumble across several. There's a tatty noble who seems to be using the journey as an opportunity to stargaze. You observe him rudely shushing anyone that tries to talk to him about anything except the stars. There is a severe thinking engine specialist who seems to be primarily using the trip to sort of examine all the holes in the deck and the like working chambers where the thinking engines used to be, the ones that made this barge work. And there you also find 5, probably the most like your target audience. There are 5 foppish geriatric couples on a fussy and clucking group anniversary trip.
100% setting myself up somewhere to sit, in my very like garishly yellow outfit that is effectively my advertising sign for "come get your fortune told" here. Right by them.
If I remember correctly, do you also have like a portable tent or something?
I have a collapsible tent. Yeah. I guess I could set up, like literally set it up as like the come in and have your fortune. Yeah, why not? Let's do it. Let's assemble a small tent on a golden barge. The color scheme matches. It's perfect, actually. Yeah. Yellow and
Yeah,
gold.
that
It's like the
works.
green on green of the pamphlets. It's definitely complimentary and not at all an eyesore.
That works. Absolutely. Why don't you give me a second sight roll to see how well you prophesize things for a start.
I'm not doing my +1 because I'm not doing this with my staff, I think,
Mhm.
which actually doesn't make any difference because I rolled very high. I rolled 9, which is over, so that's a fail for me.
Okay. So I guess the question here is, what happens if your second sight fails you? Do you just make shit up?
Yes. Well, you say make shit up. Like, I've got a reputation. These things have to be true, but many things are fairly certain to be true. So there's some, you know, prophecies of things like about expecting a bad hair day. Watch out for that, you know, the edge of the bed, otherwise you'll stub your toe. You know, there's this kind of a level of prophecy and foresight.
Yeah, like I think we discussed this a bit before the stream of this, just telling people bad stuff about themselves, or like at least stuff you can like assume, you know, like someone comes in, one of the couples come in and they're really old, and you're like, well, you might not have much time left. That kind of thing, you know, just really people's observable flaws, just really dig in there. Yeah, absolutely. Well, in that case, do you want to give me a d6 roll for how many silver pence you earn from this?
A 3.
3 silver pence. You do more than that, but some people refused to essentially pay you. One of them can be heard walking away, muttering under her breath something about odd smell indeed. How about other people? What is, let's say, the Queen doing?
How much is observable from the observation deck? Like, how close are other spheres?
Probably some of the nearer spheres you can see, like, you know, they'll be closer than like the planets of the solar system are. So, like, you can see them. They're a long way away. You can't like you can jump, but they're hanging like a visible globe of various different colors or orientations in space. Yeah.
I want to keep my eye out and, if possible, talk to the stargazer about any very green, possibly very forested spheres that we may pass, just on the off chance.
Shh. Is what he says.
Try and make it star related somehow.
Shushing a queen, honestly.
I like
It's
how Alex is treating this like an old text adventure game.
You gotta, yeah, just. I mean, isn't everything, when you really boil it down, basically an old text adventure game?
I mean, he's just shushing you as he's shushed everyone else who's tried to interact with him.
Just push him overboard.
Push him over the edge. Do it. Do it.
That's not a bad shout.
Clearly.
No. For now, I will remember this, and I will just keep my own watch.
Fair enough. And just kind of gazing out. Absolutely. As you do so, the ship's tapir wanders over to where you are on the deck. You can see that it has a kind of it has like a little collar, but also like someone at some point has made a little kind of like coat for it, but a coat that's sort of like a banner as well, you know, like a kind of like a mascot would have in an American like college comedy film where they kidnap the teams go to whatever. It's got like a little like banner thing along that, and someone seems to have stitched the name of the ship's tapir along it, which is Frondy. It shuffles over near you and makes some tapir noises, some kind of huffing, snuffling noises.
We can't get any Foley on that map. No.
You can come again, Alex.
I made them, and you were all laughing and didn't hear it. So
I
too late.
heard them. I heard them.
I heard
made
them. I enjoyed
some
them.
perfect tapir noises.
Sorry, but I feel like I may have trampled the audio experience for others by laughing
It's
while
fine.
enjoying it.
It's absolutely fine, Alex. You know,
Oh,
people don't come here for tapir noises. I know that.
We have a Patreon tier for.
don't be so hasty.
the tapir
Yes.
tier.
Tapir
If
tier.
you want
The
to,
tape tier.
if you want to get the 1 hour supercut that is just Matt making snuffling noises into the microphone, join our Patreon.
Join my ASMR channel.
Yeah, we're straying into the weird part of the internet pretty quick right now.
Yeah.
Hello.
My cat is not only just staring at me meowing, but has also managed to snaffle my Blasto, knitted Blasto toy thing off the.
I can
This is
see.
for the 10 of you who know who Blasto is.
Jinx has a knowing look that they're being discussed.
Yeah. Are you going to interact with Frondy in any way, John?
Yes. I say hello.
Give me a d6 roll.
2.
The tapir says,
I see.
I'm really hoping there's a D6 tapir noise chart.
Like a soundboard for tapirs.
I don't think there's any need for that. And quite frankly, I have found this interaction quite unnerving.
Frondy sort of squishes and snuffles slightly at your knee with his little shortened trunk.
What do you... No, get off. That's my knee.
Frondy gives a little huffing noise and wanders off to bother someone else.
What sort of wandering knee pervert have they got on this barge?
If you want to know what the roll was for, there's a 1 in 6 chance that Frondy can talk.
What?
But
Any
mostly
given
stays
opportunity, or
No, just in general, but mostly
Right.
stays quiet about it. Wish someone else would stay quiet about things. Okay, how about Carrick?
Well, I rolled on my my monkey mean table because I haven't done that this session so far. Apparently, they are aggressive. They don't like traveling via
no.
Golden Barge. So
That's not good.
no. So yes, I will. Yes, be trying to keep them away from biting other people or causing havoc generally. But there's probably, like, around the barge, a series of sort of exclamations and shrieks
Absolutely.
as these monkeys run riot.
As you are trying to deal with this, a man dressed in sort of very self-consciously fancy clothes. It looks like what someone would pick out from a fancy dress if they came to a fancy dress as a Golden Barge captain, but they didn't actually own a Golden Barge captain outfit. Kind of storms over to you, introduces himself as Captain Swallock, and he's a tall man. He's got bristling mustaches, one of which is green and the other one red. And he addresses you as a rubbernecker and asks what are these monkeys doing on my barge? Please curtail their activities at once.
I have tried, sir, but you know what monkeys are like. And
I don't even know what that's meant to mean.
Yes, I'll try. Hang on, I've got some treats. Those always work. Where did I put my? And I'll fish around for the bag of monkey treats, and try coaxing the monkeys into an out of the way spot, and just bribe them with food and see where that gets me.
Okay. Why don't you give me a trapping roll?
Okay. My total skill score in that is 6. So nope. I rolled a 9.
Okay.
The monkeys remain aggressive.
The monkeys remain very aggressive. They're interested in the monkey treats. They're messing around. All three of them are now tormenting one of the geriatric couples on the other side of the barge, while Captain Swalk is standing there with his foot like tapping rhythmically in frustration. This is preposterous! Look at them, causing all kinds of trouble over there on the. He kind of looks down and checks which color of moustache is pointing which way. Starboard side of the barge.
They won't. They get tied up very very easily. It'll be fine. Don't worry. 5 minutes tops. They've been at it for half.
Well, it better be, or they'll find them. We'll be having an 18-course meal later. Right?
They wouldn't like that, sir. Oh no, they wouldn't. Have you seen them when they get angry?
He kind of leans forward and sort of shoves you out of the way a little bit. A little bit beyond you is Queen Katrine, has just fended off the interests of the ship's tapir. Is this? Are you on the barge with this individual, sir?
Was that addressed to me?
Yes.
Or the tapir? Queen Katrine. Yes, we are.
I know royalty when I see it. And he kind of like stumbles over to where you are, Katrine, and kind of drops down to one knee and says, "Your Majesty, to have royalty aboard my ship, it happens so rarely, and yet such a wonderful treat. He proceeds to fawn over you for about 5 minutes straight.
I will let
very
him
impressed.
do this.
I assume you're wearing the crown, which hence
Yes.
you realize this. Yeah, absolutely. Great.
Very good, my good captain. Feel free to rise at your leisure. And
very generous, very generous. My knees do hurt, actually. He stands up.
I heard you arguing something with my my subject back there. Is everything all right?
Yes, the monkey man. Well, the monkey man's monkeys are causing a problem on the starboard side of the ship, Your Majesty.
And is that a problem? Is this fine vessel not able to withstand the ministrations of 3 meager monkeys, captained by such a man as yourself?
Oh, Your Majesty, I didn't mean to. No, we'll deal with the monkeys.
Very
we'll deal
good.
with the monkeys.
That was beautiful alliteration, I just want to say.
Executive Vice Cabin Boy, fetch the monkey rifle. He turns around to walk off.
Is that like a tranquilizer rifle situation, or is he like going to elephant gun your monkeys? Like what's?
Well, no, I mean it's a monkey rifle, not an elephant gun.
Sure, yeah,
Maybe
obvious mistake. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah.
Like, give it 5 minutes, the monkeys will have the rifle, and then
all hell breaks loose.
Yeah. Okay. As for Tanru, what are you doing while you travel?
Well, I mean, I had this notion that Tanru is both deeply disturbed by the being stalked by weird sort of, I don't know, Oscar nominee looking type folks, and also that no one else seems terribly concerned about it. I think he's very weirded out about that whole situation. So I think my idea was he was going to sort of skulk around the sort of, I don't know, the decks and try and see if he can, you know,
Just have a nosy.
have a nosy, see if he can sniff them out, you know, because he doesn't like
Sure.
feeling like he's being followed.
Absolutely. Well, why don't you
Make another
tracking
roll.
tracking roll. Yeah. Shit tracking roll.
A shit tracking roll. One shit tracking roll coming right up. Okay, that's no, still a fail. That's 8, 2 4s, and then my thing would be 5 plus 2. So amazing.
That's fine. Yeah, you don't
really-
particularly notice. You don't particularly notice anything, but you definitely. I don't know. You feel like you get the sense that something's amiss, but you don't see anyone acting suspicious. You don't, pick up on anything, but I don't know, something does feel a bit off. But then everything's felt off since you realised you couldn't remember who you were or where you are or anything that's happened to you in your entire life.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, that would do it. I feel like the dice have really leaned me into the backstory of this character. They're
Sure,
capable of doing anything. Yeah,
It's providence.
yeah,
Um,
divine providence.
Okay, we've had who wants to make a roll on a thing that could happen? We've had, I think John and Inga have both made rolls.
How adventurous are you feeling? Is my question. Where high is bad.
Well, is it? Who knows?
Let's find
Go
out.
on, Alex. Go on,
Okay,
Alex.
Let's find out.
Let's do the science together. So is it 1d6?
Yeah.
It's a 2. Of course, it's a 2. Now it's a 2.
It's a 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So,
that's one of those GM intonations that I've come to know and loathe.
It doesn't matter what number you say. He'll be like, oh, okay.
A 2, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Don't worry, everything's bad.
So as the hours proceed on the barge, you do find yourself going about your various activities, and after a while, those odd announcement systems do state that the mandatory 17-course meal is indeed happening right now, and that everyone should proceed to the dining hall. Is anyone going to disobey this mandatory request for your presence to eat lots of food and give a speech?
I will obey. I'll also accept John's criticism earlier that I should have said BAFTA, not Oscar. I'm terribly sorry. I've just seen it. And I was like, rookie mistake.
So, the dining hall is large and ovoid. It is festooned with opulent red glittering curtains and tapestries depicting amazing journeys across the stars. There is a lot of different dishes, 17 to be precise, that are racked up. The monkeys have escaped, becoming the 18th due to an unfortunate mishap with the monkey rifle and the executive vice cabin boy. But everyone is kind of sat around, starting to eat and so forth. You find yourself chewing on various weird exotic delicacies. And the kind of general festive mood is shifted only a little bit, but when the kind of announcement system crackles again, and you hear Captain Swallock's voice on the other end saying, "Well, there's probably very little need for alarm, ladies and gentlemen, but there may be some slight noise and rocking as the ship, as we are about to become under attack by one of the legendary local void beasts. Thank you." There is a deep, disconcerting, echoing howl, as if from a very large creature, just kind of outside of the portholes on the dining hall wall.
Do any of us know what a void beast is?
Yeah, I think you're probably fairly familiar with them. They are large. I mean, they're very big. They're very fierce. They're very hungry. Um, in many would describe them as the terror of this part of the humpback sky. They resemble a cross between a free-floating crinoid, a Buddhist demon, and the stinking corpse lily of our own reality. I mean, that clears it up, right?
There's a lot of bad adjectives floating around.
When you say big, are we talking like, big and picking us off and eating people, or like eating an entire ship's worth of size?
I've answered you with art.
The best type of answer.
That is currently the golden barge as it rocks and sways in the sky. You can hear some explosions, some cracking noises, and the crew shouting things like, "I knew it would end this way."
I'm very surprised that Nelheim didn't warn us of this.
I told those old people who came to me that they didn't have long left. They didn't believe me. They went off in a huff, but they should have really been appreciating their last few hours. But what can you do?
Can we assume that the shushing man has been plucked off the deck in his stargazing reverie?
But well, he was at the dinner, so he's
okay.
probably still with you. The announcement portals kind of crackle again, and Swallow goes, "Ladies and gentlemen, if any of you wish to help us fight off this beast, your assistance would be, while not monetarily rewarded, appreciated."
Damn.
See, you lost me at not monetarily rewarded. It's yeah, I'm more of a go down with the ship for free kind of guy. Yeah.
Well, here's your chance.
You and I both know we're ending up there. Go on then.
Is this happening? Are we okay?
Sure.
If I will be excused from the banquet, of course, and I, looking apologetic, as a guest of honor should do when excusing themselves from the table, I will rise from my seat.
Anything to avoid giving a speech?
On reflection, I would probably rather fight a void beast than give a speech. So, plus I'm not super into the 18th course. So I guess, yeah, we're going up onto the deck.
You're going up onto the deck. The deck is chaos. The crew are trying to desperately fight off this void beast, while it's kind of growls and thrashes its various limbs. Can we have an initiative stack set up, please, John? And that will be there's 2 initiative for every player. Do you want me to stagger how I say this, or do you want me to give you the list first?
Stagger, I think.
Okay, well, you tell me then when you set up all the players. So we have 4 players with 2 initiative.
Okay. Do I need to add the different initiatives separately? I think I do. Trying to figure out how this tracker works.
Okay, that's a good time to find out now.
I think it's you put there are named player spots, and then you add in the initiative for the enemies. The TROIKA initiative system is quite baroque.
Oh, players automatically are 2.
Yeah,
I believe so. Yes.
Right.
Oh, so we don't roll or anything.
No, it's like it's the equivalent of pulling tokens out of a bag, essentially.
Okay.
And then there's a surprise. The end of the round can come at any time. There's just like a 1 token for end of round, so there isn't a fixed. And people can end up going twice in a round, can't they? Yes, because you have 2. Yes,
If you've got 2,
yeah.
Cool. Yes, I've got us in.
Okay, the mysterious friend has initiative 2.
That's henchman, right?
Yes.
Yes.
The void beast. Oh wow, only has an initiative of 1.
Oh.
There's only one void beast, so
It's just if
to
it
be
gets
fair,
it.
looking at its to be fair, I've looked at its damage table, so that kind of makes sense. And the barge itself, which represents all the crew, doesn't have its initiative listed, but I'm going to say is also a 1.
Would I put that as henchman or
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Put it as henchman.
cool?
What was the mysterious friend? Like, who is that?
Initiative. That's the little guy in the
Oh,
coloured
right.
armor,
Yes. Gotcha.
who is, as you emerge onto the deck, is like railing, like running and repeatedly jabbing into a large tentacle with his multicolored lance, going.
So last up is Nelime. Nelime? I've already forgotten.
No,
Crap. I suppose to make sense.
Should have seen this coming.
You see this coming. First one to do something about it. I think I would like to start with. Can I look to see if that monkey rifle is knocking about anywhere? That I can
Sure.
grab?
Yeah. Well, why don't you? This is the thing as well. It's worth noting in Troika, if you make an attack against something, it's a versus roll. So if you make an attack against the void beast and it wins the roll, it will it will damage you.
Stare not into
So-
the abyss.
Yeah.
Stab not into
but-
the abyss.
Does that's interesting. Does range stuff work the same way? I don't think Troika really goes into.
Presumably,
kind
if
of
it can
level of-
reach you, then yes. Which I
Yeah,
guess it can.
which makes sense. But I don't think it goes into that sort of level of. Oh no! Hang on, shoot someone. Yeah.
Yeah, page 44 has.
Right. They do an evasive roll, so you don't get hit back.
Nice.
So that's good. That's good. So looking for the monkey rifle might be a good idea. Okay, Inga, why don't you give me an awareness roll to see if you spot the monkey rifle then?
I rolled a 5, and that's under my 6 for awareness.
Yeah, you see the monkey rifle lying on the deck a bit away from you, so you'll have to run and pick it up. But it is it's like one of those. Has anyone ever seen one of those crazy old guns that has multiple barrels just poking out at different, slightly
Amazing.
different angles? It's basically that. You very much doubt it's a tranquilizer gun. It seems to be a gun made by someone who's very annoyed at a lot of monkeys.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you're making a monkey gun, that just completely makes sense. Anything else would be
Absolutely.
madness.
Absolutely.
I assume that's
yeah.
my action then, is picking that
That
up
is-
and
yeah,
get myself
yeah,
ready with
yeah.
it.
Yeah, you can move and grab you've got the monkey rifle now, so you can do something with that later. Who's next?
Next is one henchman.
One henchman. Well, let's say this is the mysterious friend. And who wants it? John, do you want to roll for the mysterious friend?
Yeah, sure.
The mysterious friend is definitely poking the void beast with his lance. So he's got a skill of 9, which is pretty strong. So basically, when you're rolling for combat, what you do is you roll. Is it a 2d6 or is it one thing? Yeah, you roll 2d6 and add your skill, and then the person who has the most wins. The void beast skill is definitely lower than 9. But it's got a pretty good roll. That's going to add up to 14.
Ooh, I also get 14.
Then they damage each other.
Oh,
So with that in mind, let me detail the void beasts stamina there. So do you want to give a damage roll, which is just a d6? And you will find the damage table is literally in the opening page of Troika, and he has a spear.
Yes. Well, he's got a
Yeah.
lance, but it's the same stats as a
But
spear.
it acts as a
That's
spear, yeah.
4 damage.
Okay. It has an armor though, so that will reduce his roll by 1. I knock it back 1 along the table.
Right. It's also 4.
Okay. Well, the Void Beast also does 4 because it rolled 1. It swipes out for him with some big claws and sends him kind of like tumbling across the deck, going, kind of skidding on the back on his armor. But he seems to clamber to his feet and be relatively not worse the wear for it. And his lance definitely left a little kind of multicolored imprint, kind of left some ribbons behind in the Void Beast's thick skin. Next, please.
Armor doesn't do anything if the roll is already at 1.
Correct. It just
That's a
knocks you
shame.
back 1 along the table.
So next up is Tanru.
Right. Well, knowing what I know, I think it would be best to maybe fire a crossbow bolt at the Void Beast. Does it now in this baffling illustration? It appears to have eyes of some kind. So I think my instinct would be to go for the eyes. Go for the eyes, boo. So we'll do that. So do I need to make is it like skill plus crossbow fighting?
Yeah. Do you have like a crossbow fighting stat?
I do,
Yeah.
which I actually only just spotted after making that decision, which I'm quite glad about because
Sure.
okay.
Then add crossbow fighting to your skill,
Yeah,
and then roll 2d6 and add that.
Roll 2d6 and add.
Roll
Oh, I see.
2d6 to the result of that. Add your skill and your crossbow fighting.
Okay, so that's a 7 plus 7, so that's 14.
It's very easily beat the Void Beast's amount.
Okay.
So what you want to do now, if you want to refer to it later, that's probably for the best. Now, I've got it up so I can check now. Just roll a d6 to determine how many damage the crossbow does. And by that, it's not the result, but there's a little table for the crossbow. And it'll tell me how much damage you've done.
It is a 6.
Okay, so that would be an 8. But the Void Beast does have 1 armor. So it knocks your result back to a 5, which is also an 8.
Oh, I see.
So you have done 8 damage to.
So it doesn't mitigate
quite
damage. It like knocks the roll back.
It just knocks the roll back. Yeah. Well, depending on the number, like the Mysterious Friend has 3 points of armor, by the way, so that knocks it back a lot. But like,
yeah,
the Void Beast has 1 point of armor, but that doesn't help when you shoot it in the eye, which is what you've just done.
Yeah.
And one of those huge glaring eyes on the Void Beast's face kind of gives a sort of exciting, happy popping noise. And the whole deck is suddenly kind of like awash with horrible Void Beast eye fluid. And you spot over, like to one side, one of the geriatric couples who's like poke their face out of the previous deck is sort of like comedy buffoon slapstick sliding on this material before crashing down on it, and then just like washing over the deck backwards and forwards in this gunk. Shouting, "This is the one thing I didn't want to happen." Who's next?
That is an end of round token.
End of the round, then. Let's go back to the beginning.
Start of round. Yes, start the round. Any enemy.
Oh no.
Any enemy. Well then, that's the Void Beast. The Void Beast is probably going to be pretty mad, but also it definitely wants to you know what, it's just going to attack the barge. I think it's going to attack the barge. I think you're just weird little things to it. I'm not sure it understands that it just got shot with a crossbow. So with that in mind, let's roll for the Void Beast versus the barge. Who wants to roll for the barge? Anyone?
I feel I haven't rolled for negative
Sure.
things yet. Just D6 or
A 2d6.
2d6. Low isn't good in this case, is it? I rolled a 3.
No, it's not. So 3 plus the Barge's skill of 4. The Void Beast has definitely rolled more. So let me do a damage roll for it. Oh boy, that's a 6. So hang on, that's the Void Beast, and that's the
This was
barge.
the armored golden barge, right?
Yeah, that's
right?
what I heard. I heard Matt
this.
say armored golden barge like
The-
7 times.
The Golden Barge has an armor rating of 0. So
And how many ones and zeros are before that 0?
I mean, infinite zeros. So yeah, the Void Beast seems to object for some reason to having its eye popped out by a small annoying dart, and gives an almighty big squeeze with its coiled tentacles and feathered appendages and big globular nasty lumpy bits, and there's a disconcerting creak, and then a cracking noise that makes all the crew on the deck go, whoa, 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 whoa. Shit. And several of them run off in various directions to check on something. Yeah. Also, there is no, we'll do that on the next turn. I think we'll do that on the next turn. That's only fine. Don't think about it. Don't worry about it. Who's next?
Next is Tanru again.
Really?
Tanru. Yeah.
How is this happening?
It's the start.
New
It's the
round.
start of the new round.
Yeah.
Right.
And also, you have 2 in the stack anyway. So.
I see. God, I don't know. I was banking on seeing what was happening before I decided what I was going to do. Okay. So the Void Beast is it still currently like wrapping the ship with its tentacles and squeezing?
Yeah, it's doing its very best to crush the ship
and like
and
squeeze it
seems
into
to be
2
at least
halves.
moderately succeeding right now.
Wonderful. Okay, well, I think in that case, Tamru's just going to start hacking with reckless abandon at the closest coiled tentacle that's sort of crushing the ship to try to sort of free it up a bit and not, fall to earth in half of a ship.
Yeah.
So
what is your weapon that you're doing that with then?
I have
You got a knife or
I have a sword.
sword. Cool.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well then, because that's melee, that's going to be in opposition to the.
And I have slightly less skill in this as well, so this can be great.
Well, there we go. So
Okay.
give a 2d6, add your skill, add your sword fighting skill.
Oh, boysies. Woof.
Boysies indeed.
Woof.
The Void Beast just rolled a double 6.
Oh my god.
That's the old double 1.
Oh, no.
There with
no.
So that's 2 plus my skill of 5, which is 7, plus sword fighting is 8.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
When I got a critical hit against me, I lost an ear. So
yeah.
And that was an owl.
This is what. So you rolled a fumble, and I rolled a mighty blow. So this is what happened. The fumble means that they will add a 1 to their damage roll on the damage table,
I'm dead.
The mighty blow means that they're going to inflict double damage.
I'm so dead.
So let's find out. Have you got any armor?
I don't know. Probably not.
Unless if you do, it'll be listed on your.
I've got a large sack. I've got a ruby lorgnette. I've got
that's like a kind of like glasses. No,
yeah,
okay.
No.
Well then, let's see what it rolls on its damage roll.
Right.
Okay. It could be worse. That's all I'll say.
Okay.
It could be worse, but this is going to be double damage. It just inflicted 24 damage to you.
Oh my god!
Right.
So I'm guessing that's all your stamina gone.
That certainly is, yeah. I mean, I could just roll a cool new character, like a pyromancer or something dope. It's fine.
You can, but you're not immediately dead. You're not
Okay.
immediately dead. When reduced to 0 stamina, you're in danger of dying and must be healed in order to survive. If this is during an initiative round, the next time the end of round token is drawn, you die.
It's a good thing it was me first, then, I guess.
Yeah, there's a lot of things chips in the stack, right?
Yeah.
But last time we drew it third or fourth.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
let's see what happens if Tanru, the amnesiac, literally just dies right here. That would be hilarious. But fortunately, the same site we use for doing this initiative stack thing also has a character generator. So
Silver lining.
What's the next?
Oh my god!
Is it the end of round?
It is the end
Oh,
of
you're
round.
kidding me.
John, are you sure you've set this up right? Because every single one has been the same. We've had the same one thing twice.
It's saying tokens left in the bag, and all of the tokens that should be left in the bag.
That's wild.
I'm pretty
Okay.
sure I said something
So-
like you and I both know you're ending up on the deck or something, and
Yeah,
maybe
you're
that
ending.
end.
Oh.
Should have given that
Oh
fucking
my
speech.
god!
Should
That
have
wasn't
given the speech.
intentional, but
So Tanru,
death.
I shall.
One
Tanru, I
shot.
shall charges up to the void beast, slashes away. Ah! Maybe the saving the ship will grant you some form of, maybe this noble act will cause the things to come back, and your companions look on aghast as the void beast shifts slightly to the left, and one of those large, horrible red nodules just.
Wow.
Oof. All right, well, it's fun stream. See you guys.
Well,
If only just
Alex, do you want to CC manually, or do you want to use the character generator?
Whichever's
Because it's quick.
quicker
It's
to
super
just-
quick. It's super
let's
quick,
just-
right? But
let's
like,
just gen one. Well, yeah, I guess it's quick either way. But
I've clicked on Gen for one now, and it's one that isn't an existing character class. Do you want to take it?
Sure, shoot. Yeah, go for it.
Cool. Okay.
Just
You
some
are
random passenger on the ship, I guess.
Oh, hang on. These are from various zines and stuff as well, and we don't have the information on those. So
Okay.
actually, let's do it manually because it
Okay.
counts various things. So real quick, and we'll do this real quick. If you've got the stuff ready to note it down,
Shit,
give
yeah,
me a
hang on.
D3 roll, please.
Right. That's a 1.
Okay, so
This is
your
great.
skill is 4.
Amazing.
Two D6 roll, please.
2d6. That's a 9.
Okay, so that's 21 stamina.
One more
Still
stamina than
would-
before. Still would have killed me. Yeah.
Yeah.
My skill is a bit worse, but not like
And
that's an important core stat.
a D6 roll, please.
d6. That's a 2.
So that's a luck of 8.
Right.
And then give me the good old D6 roll to find your class.
Right. That is 42, which is a good omen, I think.
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that.
Yeah. For my objectively worse character than I had.
It's not because we've already had a character of that. Shall we flip it and do 24? Or do
24?
you want to roll again? Yeah.
Yes.
Do you wanna do that?
I'll roll again. That's a 14.
14. Well then, Alex, you are a Kakajan.
What the
You
hell
are
is that?
those filthy born, spawned in the humpback sky, lit only by great black anti-suns and false light. Your mother was sailing on the golden barges, or caught in some more abstract fate when she passed you, far from the protective malaise of the million spheres. You were receptive to the power and the glory at a generative time, and it shows in your terratoid form. You got quite a lot of
This sounds
skills and
cool as
stuff.
shit. I'm not gonna lie.
It's on page 6 of the core book,
Great.
where you can note down all the skills and various things. shall we say that the golden barge has cracked open from the pressure of the void beast, and a Kakajan born many years ago within the various chambers and corridors of the golden barge has been released from their sort of whether they're imprisoned on purpose or by accident. They have emerged, and their instinct is to immediately destroy the void beast that is, cracking open their home. How about that?
That sounds great. Perfect.
Fantastic. And we don't even need to change the initiative stack. So let's start up again. They're pretty powerful, actually. They've also got 2 random spells. And I'm assuming there's a spell table. I think the spell table is in the opening. The spell table, which is slightly obtuse, D6. It's D6 times 10 plus... Oh, that's D66. There's a spell table right at the beginning of the book, Alex, and I think you start with 2 random spells by the look of it. So.
There are 3, it looks like. I think there are
is there 3? Okay.
2 spells at level 2 and 1 spell.
All right,
at level
okay.
1.
Wow, okay. Well, let's let you get on with that, and hopefully you won't come out of the initiative stack straight away.
Yes.
John, who's next?
Well, that was an end of turn, so I'll start a new round.
Uh-huh.
And immediately get an end of round.
Okay.
I
Start
guess
again.
that can happen.
Was I 4 skill, 21 stam, 8 luck? Was that right? I think that was right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Henchman.
Okay. Let's see what the people of the Golden Barge can do against this horror. Who wants to roll for them?
I'm not rolling again. That was bad news last time.
You'll roll. Okay. Just the old 2d6 and add 4 to it, please.
Oh my god, that's a 6.
Okay, yeah.
As in a 6 total. It was a double 1.
A fumble as well.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, this is going so well. I love it. Okay, it rolled pretty low this time. But basically the void beast gives out a growl and starts chomping on the side of the deck, which really starts to give way with an odd cracking noise. There's definitely an increased tenor of panic to the crew running around the deck. And also on top of that, John, being as you rolled it before, could you roll another d6 for me, please?
6.
6. Okay. There is a I'd say, like, if I say exploding noise, what I mean is explosion near the back of the Golden Barge, way away from where the Void Beast is, where if you look around, you can see, like, bits of the golden side of the ship kind of spilling out into the void. You can see a sort of like one of the geriatric passengers kind of like waving all their limbs and like spinning out into space. The announcement system gives a crackle and a voice you haven't heard before says, "Oh, this is Executive Vice Cabin Boy Johnson. The captain is not here. Most of him isn't here anymore. In addition to the Void Beast, there are a number of unknown individuals planting bombs all over the ship. Please deal with them. Thank you." Anyone who looks back towards where the red curtains lead through to the dining room will see an individual in a featureless golden mask and a black leotard poke their head out and then scurry back inside.
If only we had somebody who had seen these individuals
Fucking
still in the
actors.
party.
I think it was
Absolutely.
me that saw them.
Oh, did you? I thought.
Yeah.
I thought Tannery wasn't.
No.
the only one that spotted them. Oh,
No,
phew,
he wasn't
okay.
the only one. Yeah. Can we
Also
have
fumbled
the
that roll anyway, I think.
Yeah? Can we have the next thing in the stack, please, John?
Next is Henchman again. So that'll be our little friend.
That'll be the mysterious friend. He's getting up to fight again. Okay, who wants to roll for him?
I'll roll this time.
Cool. Well, you can get to
2d6,
add
yeah?
9 to the and add 9.
Oh,
to
I
the-
rolled 9, so that's 18 total.
He definitely wins that one. So give me a d6 roll to see how much damage he does with the spear.
That was a 5 on the damage roll.
That's a 5.
So-
And the Void Beast has 1 armor, so it knocks it back to a 4, which is a...
It was an
be quiet,
8.
cat.
The spear
And
is
now it's a
5 on the spear is an 8.
Yeah, now it's a 6 because of the armor. Okay, yeah. The mysterious friend with another kind of charge of kind of leaps across the deck and starts thrusting the lance manfully into the big globule under which Tanru's extremities are just sort of like gliding across the deck under the squishiness. You get the sense that the mysterious friend thinks he can save Tanru. He cannot save Tanru. No one can save Tanru now. Next,
Nelaim.
Elaine.
Let's try firing this monkey rifle.
The monkey rifle.
From
yeah.
on the ranged weapons, there's a pistolet and there's a fusil gun. I'm assuming the fusil is the more
I think
similar
so.
one?
Yeah. Let's have a
From
quick
the
Google of it.
description?
But a pistolet will be a pistol, right? Yeah, it's a light musket. So yeah, we'll
Okay.
call it a fusil. Yeah.
Cool. I actually don't have like a special, like an advanced skill in like ranged
Yeah, so
weaponry.
just roll your
This is just
skill.
rolling against the normal skill.
Yeah. Just roll 2d6 and add your skill. Yeah. And I do the same for the Void Beast.
6 that I rolled plus 4, so it's 10.
Okay, the Void Beast rolled 11, unfortunately. So you fire the monkey rifle, and a vaguely surprised 5 seconds later, when you come to on your back at the other end of the barge, like rubbing the back of your head from the, horrific recoil of this, incredibly unwieldy. And it's not really a weapon designed for practicality so much as it's designed with real anger. So, there we go.
That's fair.
Let's have the next person.
It is the newly emerged Kakujan.
The newly emerged Kakujan, currently nameless
Yes.
Kakujan.
Currently nameless, hasn't picked one out for itself yet. I haven't gotten to spells yet, but I did notice that I have the Golden Barge pilot skill.
Sure.
And did I hear over the tannoy that the captain has been sort of partially elsewhere?
Yes, that did seem to be the sense that the executive vice cabin boy let out. Yeah. So you maybe want to run to the cabin and see what you can do?
Take matters into my own unspecified appendages.
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You dash with said appendages into the cabin. The executive vice cabin boy goes, "Oh, please tell me you can pilot."
Yeah, I don't think I've probably mastered the ability of speech yet, even. So I probably just sort of go and just go to the wheel or whatever, and just sort of ignore everyone. So I guess I'll try to.
The cabin boy is basically just screaming between pauses for breath in a kind of way while staring at the bits of you rolling over the cabin. But yeah, give us a Golden Barge piloting roll to see if you can.
I should probably try to decide what I'm trying to do. I guess maybe to try and.
You can decide that after you succeed or not.
Yeah, well, yeah. Right, that's a 2 and a 3, so that's 5 plus.
Sounds promising.
Skill is.
No, remember, you're not adding. Remember, you're not adding these.
Oh, I need to get under.
Yeah, you need to get under your skill plus your Golden Barge piloting.
Well, that's fine then, because that's a 5 and my skill is 4 and my skill is 2.
So what are you trying to do? Like, 6. Are you trying to like juke the barge in the air to get away from the void?
I'm trying to like shimmy it and get away from the grasp of the tentacles and buy a bit of breathing space. Yeah.
Well, you know what? I think you can do that. I think the barge tilts crazily. I think part of those vast kind of glass wings, crystal wings that you can see there, like chops a little bit off the void beast as it does so. And it's already genuinely has taken a lot of damage already. So it's going to give out an odd, like like a ululating bellow, and sort of like flop and weirdly roll through the void away from the ship. And you can breathe a sigh of relief, at which point another bomb goes off. Okay. Another explosion kind of racks the ship. And the cabin boy kind of like turns round, stares at the like readout on the control system, and just kind of says, the systems are critically failing. We're gonna crash. The retrofitted explosive charges, the dragnets, they're all gone. Please, whatever you are, just try and find somewhere good. It's up to you, nameless horrible mutant from deep within the bowels of the Golden Barge. You see that the readouts are very user friendly, honestly, and you can see that there are basically 3 options for where you could crash the ship. One of them is the launch and landing station Indomitable, which is where you're going anyway. One of them is a nearby asteroid. Doesn't sound terribly appealing, but maybe it does to you as a Kakajan. The other is an area on the sphere below called the Rainbow Badlands. You got those 3 options, and normally it'd just be a roll of a dice to see where the barge crashes. I'm going to give you a golden barge piloting roll to see if you can influence it somehow.
Right, so I roll to see if I can choose to begin with.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So I'm trying to beat 6 or under, I think. Unfortunately, that is an 8. That is double 4s. I don't think so. That's skill 4 and piloting 2. So that's going to be a fail.
Okay. Well, you can't pick, but I will let you test your luck to see if you can influence the roll in some way. So what you want to do is roll, I think, just equal to or under your luck on 2d6.
Okay. That's 2 6s, baby. Okay. So that's not going to do it. Wow.
Okay.
If I rolled like this in regular dice games, I'd be incredible. Just incredible.
We have the same issue in Simbaroom, which has like a reverse D20 system where all of our players are constantly rolling the terrible 20. So reduce your current luck by 1. Whenever you test your luck, regardless of whether it's successful or not, you do that. And I'm going to let you, though, make the roll to see where you unintentionally crash, which is a D6.
Right. Okay. D6. That's a 4.
That is a 4. In that case, the only thing that makes sense to you, you're from space. More space seems good. And a few moments later, the Golden Barge crashes rather forcefully into the dusty surface of the asteroid.
Amazing. I mean, honestly, I was already had an internal conflict where I was like, I, the creature, have no impetus to go to this Indomitable station or any notion of the ongoing plot. So my instinct would be asteroids. So I was kind of like had that tension already. So I'm quite glad that it's
means
absolutely. I don't have to defend the decision.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you could defend it by that was where the ship was meant to be going anyway, and maybe you knew that. But either way, the book recommends. To describe the nature of Heaven's frenzied stare's impact onto this dust ball by using the term the shattered bodies of geriatrics. So I'll just throw that out there. Generally speaking, you and the monkeys are the only survivors of the impact. You find yourselves crawling out of the wreckage. The asteroid itself has a surface area around that of a non-insignificant lordling's estate. It's a knuckle-shaped ball of rock hanging in orbit above the planet. There is no vegetation or water visible, just clouds of hanging dust. And what seemed to be a fairly rapidly approaching colony of rubbery grey asteroid mole primitives, which I will put up on the screen now. There they are. They're lovely. They seem to be approaching with some curiosity, presumably a similar kind of curiosity to the other three of you as observe. You observe this vast, weird, mutated blob crawling out of the wreckage of the Golden Barge cabin. Which seems to have steered you to at least a survivable landing for you three, not for any. Let me reiterate that, definitely not for anyone else.
How
There's
about
bits everywhere.
What about the mysterious friend?
Oh, the mysterious friend is also fine.
Oh, good. Phew.
Yeah, protected by literal and plot armor. Also, your monkeys, unfortunately, also survived.
Captain, you look absolutely terrible.
Well,
I look at my two companions as if either of them, well, three technically, because the friend's still here, in case either of them have any idea what that means.
I didn't catch that.
Captain.
Oh God!
Changed Alex's nameplate to match.
Nice.
Captain.
I'm changing it again.
Oh,
That's amazing.
I wish I'd
That's
seen
amazing.
that animated series, the Saturday morning TV series. Oh.
What are we doing about these rubbery grey asteroid mole primitives that are approaching? They seem more curious than anything else.
I think
is the
keeping a
boy beast
respectful-
also dead? That's also crushed with the barge.
It tumbled off
Oh,
into the
it's flown
void.
off. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's.
I suppose I will greet the approaching whatever they are.
I said it quite clear. They're rubbery grey asteroid mole primitives. I don't know what's confusing about that. It's a very short sentence.
Yes.
But what's the proper scientific name? Sorry.
Oh, lovely.
Asteroidicus mole primitive ends.
Nailed it.
Was that so
Yeah.
hard?
I will actually roll for them in on encountering you. But did you say you were going to try and talk to them, John?
Yes, I will announce myself as greetings. I come as a diplomatic representative from the moonlit forests of Camarath. We have no intention of war at this moment. I would like to treat with your monarch or monarch adjacent highest ranking asteroid rubbery mole person thing.
Okay. One of them hops forward. It's vaguely potato shaped, around the height of a medium sized spaniel. And don't mock me for that, as you often do for my animal based sizings. That's what the book says. It has clusters of pincers and a single diaphanous parachute like wing. And it hops forward and burbles. Are you okay?
Yes, I am perfectly fine, thank you.
That looked quite painful.
Well, luckily not for me.
Oh, you want to meet our ruler?
Yes, I believe that would be the polite thing to do.
Oh, okay. Then we shall
Oh.
take you to... There's a little pause, and it kind of like hops away a little bit, and then turns around back suddenly towards you and says, "The Calculatronicus!"
Excuse me. Will they be able to help us travel? Perhaps.
Travel? Leave the asteroid? Oh, and all of them kind of like burble unhappily.
Right.
All flight is forbidden by the Calculatronicus on pain of discorporation.
Well, for you, maybe.
Oh, no, you don't understand. If anyone flies on the asteroid, it is us who will be discorporated.
Oh,
Hmm.
I'm just getting some visions of these little mole things being discorporated. It's obviously inevitable at some point.
Oh, well, in that case.
Sounds
Not necessarily by our hand, but with the passage of time.
They seem to want to lead you to the Calculatronicus regardless. Do you want to go with them?
sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, as you make your way across the dusty surface of this asteroid, they kind of like roll and tumble and bound in front of you, kind of singing some kind of adorable little song as they go amongst themselves in a language you definitely don't understand. And as I say, this asteroid isn't exactly huge. But why don't you all give me an awareness roll? And obviously, if you don't have awareness, then just use your skill. And just give me a...
As they're singing, Nelime is just muttering to herself, poor bastards. But she succeeds on awareness. 5 under the 6.
Did not
Anyone
succeed
else?
on awareness. No.
I
Don't
did succeed.
have such a skill. Would I just go against raw skill then?
Yeah, you just go against your raw skill if you...
Won't go well. No, I'd fail.
Okay. You see a number of... a couple of things. Firstly, anyone who succeeded, you see ahead of you a kind of pale blue dome that the mole primitives seem to be leading you towards. You also see in a small crater kind of halfway between the wreck of the ship and the dome they're leading you to, what looks like a figure crumpled on the ground wearing a dull pastel blue suit, like a spacesuit of some kind. But it's a bit away from where you are now, and it's definitely not where the mole creatures are leading you.
What's that? Excuse me. What
What?
over there?
Oh, you don't look at him.
Do you know what he is? What?
A long dead astronaut. Nothing of interest.
Does he look dead?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay. Are we being led towards the dome?
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Begrudging
Inga doesn't look
reluctant.
happy.
The inevitability. It's just always so difficult and painful, isn't it?
One of the mole primitives is kind of like shaking its head slightly to try and dislodge a monkey who's trying to look into its eye to see what's inside. But, other than that, they seem to be getting along relatively fine. Shortly after you find yourself at the entrance to the dome, It rolls aside, and inside you can see a rather pathetic living area that the mole primitives seem to call their own. Like a couple of bed rolls shared amongst all 27 of them. Sort of no kind of visible food or drink. A couple of like odd little like repair manuals and some miniature tools that they seem to be using primarily to repair a vast clicking and whirring engine that fills most of the interior of the dome. As you walk inside, the whirring and ticking increases, and a vast booming voice says, "Behold the Calcatronicus!"
I will behold it.
What do you wish from the Calculatronicus? It is not the time of sacrifice yet. That is in 2 days.
I give a very hard look to the queen.
We wish to firstly greet you as a diplomatic entrance to your asteroid and ask for your humble assistance on leaving your asteroid.
You must not fly. It is an affront to the Calculatronicus.
Well, do you have a way for us to get out of here without flying?
The Calculatronicus has mighty powers. Beware, beware.
And do those mighty powers involve us leaving?
Behold the power of the Calculatronicus. A small projector emerges from the shuddering mass of machinery and projects some honestly fairly mundane images from the surface of the Duchy of Plandra, presumably shot from very far away, flickering and holographic in shades of green, black, and violet. That's it. The mole primitives are like... It's basically a slideshow.
I see.
And so does this speak to you? Did this tell you not to fly?
No flying! The Calculatronicus forbids it! Shouts the
How?
Calculatronicus.
Okay. Sorry, like the Calculatronicus. I'm sorry. Is there like a mouth? Like this is mouth? Like in what kind of vague, like living
The voice-
creature? No.
It just seems like a big kind of shitty thinking engine that's like mostly seems to serve as a kind of slideshow. It's got various like twinkling lights and glowing bulbs and stuff like that. I mean, to be
It
fair,
does also
it
make noise. It's not just the moles saying like
No.
it is
All the
actually-
things.
Okay.
When I'm doing the burbling voice, it's the mole primitives. When I'm doing the shitty robot voice, it's the Calculatronicus.
Okie doke.
Yeah.
Is there a big plug around?
Sure. Give me a Calculatronicus tinkering roll.
Well, surprisingly, I don't have that, so I'll be rolling my
No,
base skill.
Fine. Should have character gen better.
Do monkeys not just have some sort of general fuck shit up kind of skill to?
They do, but I don't.
They absolutely do, but the monkey's skill stack is absolutely not at the command of the monkey monger.
Yeah, I did roll for the monkeys mean again, and they're tired now. So I did not
It's been
see
a
any.
tiring day.
Actually, makes a lot of sense.
No, there is no obvious way to turn off the Calculatronicus. No.
Aren't we all flying in a sense on this is this asteroid itself not flying?
Your argument is persuasive. Calculating. I concur. Destroy the asteroid! Several large lasers emerge from the mass of machinery and start fervently blasting at the ground in front of you.
God, it's good.
There are some very large cracking noises.
Stop.
That dead astronaut dude. So was there any sort of vague possible semblance of thing
You
that
just
he
saw a guy
landed on the asteroid
You just
with?
saw a guy in an asteroid in an astronaut suit, but who knows? Either way, like there's a lot of dust and cracking in the air. The mole primitives are all kind of going like running around, trying to calm the Calculatronicus. It picks up one of them in some pincers and like snips it into bits. It's quite a chaotic scene now.
Oh, this just gets better and better.
It's worse than a monkey.
The mysterious friend kind of reaches out to you, Nelheim, and like taps you just on the hip. When you look at him, just goes.
Oh, I'm sorry. This always happens. Exactly this always happens.
The chaos and violence seems at risk of spreading towards where you're standing very quickly. Are we fleeing the dome?
Shall we run away? I think we'll.
Yeah. Does it look like the lasers and stuff are like internal to the dome, or
they're all kind of emerging from the Calculatronicus on big like arms? You could certainly try and fight the Calculatronicus to get it to stop if you want, or you could just leave.
I might try running away this time.
Sure.
Yeah. Shall we?
It's relentless today.
I am also in favor of running away. I have to run out of the room for 2 minutes, but I'll be back.
Okay. Sure. Are we leaving the dome and running for the only other thing we saw on the surface of this asteroid?
I think that seems reasonable.
Yeah.
That seems reasonable.
Yeah. Reason is a
okay.
thing that is definitely applicable in this situation, and running away is that, yeah.
Absolutely. Well, let me tell you, it is, a short run to this as the asteroid rumbles underneath you. There are cracking noises, waves of dust washing over you, and you emerge into that crater. There is a long dead astronaut, kind of skeletal, wearing a dull pastel blue suit in the hollow of the crater. In his fists are two things. One is a crumpled watering can pitted by miniature meteorites. And in the other is a large pastel blue box labeled Lord Oaxon's patented escape nodule.
What are the chances? I'll start looking around for a manual to read.
There are several buttons on it, though.
Are they labeled?
No.
Can I roll sight to pick
nice.
a button, or I don't know if this is
If
going to
you
help.
want,
But yes,
no. You can roll second sight, and if you roll it successfully, you can press what I think is the best button for you.
All right. I will peer through my staff, I think, this time, but I don't know if that's going to help me. It does not. I fail. Oh, no, wait.
Okay.
Oh, yes, I fail. One over.
Well, that was a roller coaster.
It really was. Well, then, in that case, Nelheim, are you just pressing a button regardless, though?
Yeah. I mean, I trust in my spidey senses.
Yeah. Absolutely. Give me.
And if something bad happens, it's only because something bad always happens.
Exactly. It's not your fault. Give me that D6. Give me a D6 roll, please, Inga.
That's a 3.
That's a 3. Okay. You press the button, and there's an odd crackle and a kind of warping of kind of like time and space around you all. You feel enclosed in a lovely, warm little bubble for a period of time that, I mean, somehow you definitely know is about a day. Why that would be important, who knows? And when you emerge from it feeling refreshed, like you've been in a really, really long bubble bath, you emerge to a riotous visual scene. Namely, you find yourself in the Rainbow Badlands that lie between the Duchy of Plandra and the Wall. Off in the distance, you can see said wall high into the sky, but where you are is quite a desolate place, probably very easy to get lost in. Yeah. It is coated in grasses growing in shades of red, puce, lime, tan, purple, and orange, occasionally broken up by gnarled trees of pure black or pure white bark and foliage. The wind produces a whistling noise as it blows through these. You are all aware, having heard of the Rainbow Badlands, that most of the grasses here produce mild hallucinations, but have almost zero nutritional content. And as I say, off in the distance is a wall. It's going to be quite a travel to reach there. And on that note, I think we'll take another break. So let's hop off for 10 minutes. And when we return, we'll find out what our group of weirdos are going to do about finding themselves in the Rainbow Badlands. Yeah. Worth noting, the Rainbow Badlands is the area of the kind of point crawl of this that the Golden Barge journey circumvents. So, you know.
Amazing.
Great. The more you know.
It'll probably be fine. Okay, take us to a break, please. Thank you.
Will do.